I honestly don't understand how the people of England haven't risen up and burned down their entire government yet.
The BBC, student stabbed with 21-centimeter knife, murder trial told. A first-year university student was stabbed to death by an attacker captured saying, "I am a bad man," moments before inflicting the fatal wound a court has heard. Henry Nowak, 18, from Chawford Hundred, Essex, was killed as he walked back from a night out in Southampton on 3 December. A trial at Southampton Crown Court heard that alleged attacker Vikram Digwa, 23, was filmed by Nowak carrying a shaster, the Punjabi word for weapon or knife, which had a 21-centimeter or 8-inch blade. Digwa denies murder and carrying a knife in public. His mother, Karan Kaur, 53, is also on trial and denies assisting an offender by removing a weapon from the murder scene. Nicholas Laubenberg, KC, prosecuting, said accountancy and finance student Nowak had been sending Snapchat videos to friends as he walked home along Belmont Road after drinking less than the drink-drive limit. His phone captures the moment he met Vikram Digwa, the barrister said. He added that the defendant was carrying an extremely large knife in a sheath openly displayed over his clothing. Jurors heard the attack was not witnessed, but neighbors heard Nowak say he had been stabbed and was dying before trying to escape by climbing over a fence. A blood trail indicated he had already been fatally wounded, the court heard. The prosecution alleged Digwa then chose to aggressively pursue him. Footage played in court captured an exchange in which Nowak said, "Isn't it bad man? What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." To which Digwa replied, "I am a bad man." The video ended moments later. Lobenberg said he didn't seek help for the man that he had injured with his sizable knife. Instead, he accused him of being a racist and being drunk. He added that police initially handcuffed Nowak and started giving him first aid when he then collapsed. He said shortly afterwards Henry became unconscious. Then police began to work to give him first aid and summon an ambulance. A doctor flew in by helicopter, but there was nothing that could be done to save Henry, and he was declared dead. The court heard Nowak's phone was later found in Digwa's pocket. Digwa's mother was later allegedly filmed removing the knife by taking it to the family home in nearby St. Denis Road, where it was recovered. A post-mortem examination found Nowak suffered 4 stab wounds. Digwa claims he was racially abused and acted in self-defense, the court heard. His barrister said jurors must consider whether he acted in the heat of the moment. The trial continues.
Finding out that my child's life had been taken by a violent assailant would be one thing, but finding out that my child drowned on their own blood while handcuffed by the police because their attacker accused them of saying mean, racist things to them, well, I think at that point I might go full Guy Fawkes mode and try to just take out that whole Parliament building or something very similar. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the situation in the UK over the last couple decades, this violent attack is not an isolated incident. In fact, violent attacks by foreign nationals on UK nationals is a daily occurrence over there now. Whether we're talking about beatings, knife attacks, or God forbid acid attacks, it is kind of part and parcel to just being a British or UK citizen. I'm not really sure how they like to be referred to, but that's not really important right now. What is important is, on top of just these violent assaults against normal everyday citizens, we've also got child grooming gangs. These are literally gangs mostly populated by Pakistani foreign nationals whose entire modus operandi is the grooming of small young girls, children, for adult purposes. This has been allowed to go on for 20 years because the UK government has been too afraid of being accused of being racist if they prosecute them. And that's not to mention the just daily SA out in public that British women now face from these Muslim immigrants that have essentially taken over the entire country, or at least London. And don't get me wrong, it's not as if the people of England aren't doing something. It has started. I've been saying since late last year that something was coming, and it is starting. Reform has made massive gains in the last few weeks in Parliament. The government is being retaken by the English people, but that's not going to be the end of it. And you can hardly blame them after the treatment they've received from their own government and from these people that were supposed to be refugees, these people that were supposed to be coming there to escape these terrible conditions, but all they did was bring the terrible conditions with them. and destroy England in the process. So, as much trash I talk about Europe, I just want to say I hope the UK people, they can get out of this nightmare that they've been living in for the last 20 years.